What's up,
What's up,
everybody? Welcome back to
everybody?
the Mindset Mogul podcast. We are your hosts, Josh Jacobs and Bradley Mora, and we are back. And boy, does it feel good to be back, man. Getting back in the routine just like was, I don't know about for you, bro, but for me, necessary. I just feel like this. I know we talked about this on the last accountability pod, but just to bring it up one more time, it's like this totally helps keep me in line. Like I woke up just to give you an example, I woke up this morning, I did not get great sleep at all, and I made the bad decision in the morning to not get up and go on my normal morning cardio. And I get into my work day before working out or whatever, and I'm just feeling like a little, just off. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Oh,
and at the end of the day, I knew what it was. It was that I didn't keep my promise to myself. I didn't move my body as soon as I got up. I didn't go get sunlight as soon as I got up, and I didn't do the things that I was going to say I was going to do. So a couple hours into the day, after I got the priority work items done, I jumped on the treadmill and I lifted a little weight, and man, I just feel so much better. And I know there's two parts of me. Like, one part of me is I did it because I knew I would feel better. And I've gone through the experience enough times over the last 3 years to know exactly how to make myself feel better. But I'm not going to lie, bro. The other part of it was like, I'm hopping on the pod today. I got to show up as my best self. And it's motivating just to know that we have this accountability. That was what pushed me over the edge. And I got to tell you, it's just so good for my life. So I really appreciate you, and I'm grateful that we're doing this. And yeah, man, it's making me a better person.
What a fresh way to start this podcast.
Yeah. So I figure we'll do an accountability pod today. We just talked about that. So I don't know what's
I think the first and most important thing to talk about is the fact that we wore the same color hat to the call. This is not planned. If you're watching on video, this was not planned to have turquoise hat day, but we hopped on and we were like, oh,
I wish we were recording the as soon as we hopped on to see that we were each wearing turquoise hats. I mean, I've never owned a turquoise hat ever. I just got this hat like a week ago.
Yeah, me too. I just got this hat. It was a gift from my girlfriend's father, and I was like, turquoise, I'm in, baby.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah.
I think I gotta
get your turquoise hat though. You gotta send me that brand.
Oh, this Melon, free plug, Melon. These are the best hats ever, and they're great quality. And by the way, when it gets wet, a new design shows up. It's like made to wear in the water. It's pretty cool.
That is so cool. I mean, we don't have the viewership for us to get sponsored for anything, so that's a full endorsement from Josh, non-paid.
Yeah, Melon, hit us up. And I gotta say, we do look pretty damn good, if I do say so myself, in these turquoise hats. So
we wear turquoise well. This actually, I don't know, maybe there's this could be a sign in just terms of Mindset Mogul flagship colors, but we can discuss that offline.
All right, sounds good. All right, so let's jump into it. I know last time we talked was basically you getting over your it was right before 4th of July weekend. 4th of July weekend, we'll talk about that. I kind of slipped up a little bit over the weekend, but it was right after you're recovering from your blood clot in your lung. Like, number one, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Can you move around yet? Like, how are you, bro?
I feel good. In fact, this is like the best I've felt since the ordeal. The only downside is I can't do I'm not supposed to do redlined cardio. So I like going to Soul Cycle, and I'll admit that freely. I like going to Soul Cycle, but we went to a class, and I just gotta maintain more of like a jogging pace, because the way the blood clot works, it's just until it goes away entirely, it puts bad pressure on your heart, not good pressure, and so you want to just be careful that you're not redlining. So I've been walking. I will go to do workout classes, but like take them at my pace that I'm like feeling good at. And then I'm going to start lifting this weekend. And then I just got to keep the lifting as like, you got to keep it'll be taking steps back into everything, but like bringing motion back into my life, it improves everything. And then pair that with, I also on 4th of July weekends, the weekend before 4th of July, Claire and I went to Monterey Bay, and there's definitely it was a time where I like selected that we were going to have fun and drink wine and so forth. And so I don't regret doing those things. It added to the experience. I can tell you that I did not feel great the day after as I was detoxing from the food and drinks, but got back on the horse this week, have been eating clean, and all it takes is like 2 days of doing it right. And all of a sudden you're back on this upward swing. So cold plunge this morning, which I haven't done in a couple of weeks, or I guess since the blood clot thing. And if you can get yourself to cold exposure, this whole morning I've been like riding high, and I was like, the coffee's hitting better. Yeah, we went in the bay. Dude, it was me and a buddy from high school that I reconnected with here. And we were talking, just like chatting in the water, probably like 10 minutes in, and like 5 feet behind him, a seal popped up. And we got out of the water so fast because there have been like seal bites that have happened to people that are swimming out there. And so I actually got some sprinting in this morning as we were like taking off out of the water after we saw the seal.
Oh man, we're glad you made it out.
But moral of the story is getting back into cold exposure. When you do something, you're like, I don't know why I ever don't do this all the time. Like just that level of added energy this morning, just fantastic. So we're on an upwards trend. I got another 2 months of blood thinners, and they said I got to finish out that regimen before I can like go hit things at 100%. And so there'll be a balance for the next 8 weeks, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And I know I can feel good like doing everything else within my control the right way. And so I need to focus on that, not let it be an excuse, feel sorry for myself, no pity parties. It's a good opportunity to train that muscle.
Yeah. For sure. I like what you said about, it really takes 2 days. Like I've noticed that when I've slipped up, I do a full day fast. I'll do like a 36 to 44 hour fast. I like to send you the screenshots, and that's like my reset. I mean, when I go immediately back into just, my intermittent fasting, my healthy eating, like as soon as I fast for a whole day, I'm back in it. And I don't want to say it cancels out the bad food and the, drinks or whatever it is, but it definitely feels like it's, I don't want to use the word cancel out because I know that it's not good to drink. It's not good to eat unhealthy. But I will say that when I do that 36 hour, 44 hour fast after something like that, it makes me feel like I guess the best word is what we already said is like a reset. Like it's just the quickest way for me to snap back into the healthy habits. And it also doesn't affect my body that much when I do that. Like I won't gain any weight, which, my goal is to be healthy. It's not necessarily about weight, but, those fasts are huge for me. So if anybody else fasts, I would love to know. Please comment on the video and let us know what your fasting routine is. I know a lot of people are into fasting now. I'm a big proponent of intermittent fasting, and doing the full day fast have been life-changing for me. So, let us know.
Are you drinking coffee on your fast? You doing water, non-caloric drinks? How are you approaching it?
I do coffee. I do black coffee. I do 1 cup of caffeinated black coffee in the morning. I drink a half gallon of water between the morning and around noon. And then I have a cup of decaf coffee in the afternoon, because if I have 2 cups, I'm so sensitive to caffeine. If I have 2 cups of caffeinated coffee, I get an ocular migraine and my muscles will start twitching, and you'll look at my arm and it'll be going like this. It's crazy.
Drive you nuts.
Yeah. So, sometimes it's kind of fun, but yeah, it's crazy. And then after that, I'll drink another half gallon of water. And to be honest with you, usually even more than that. I'm usually about 1.33 gallons by the end of the day with 2 cups of black coffee. And that's pretty much my routine for a full day fast. And the next morning I wake up and I have my coffee and I don't eat until, 1 p.m. minimum, sometimes 4 p.m., sometimes later. But as long as I get that, 36 hours in, I feel good. Have you been fasting at all?
The last one I did, I've been off it since I've been doing this. We're dealing with the blood clot thing. It's actually zero excuse. There was just definitely a period of time in there when I was having a pity party and just eating whatever I wanted and so forth. I think you've inspired me. I'll do one this weekend because it is such a quick, intentional reset. And also, you're right. It's like calories should be measured. Calories need to be measured in the aggregate. And so if you're just looking at it from a weight standpoint, you actually are canceling out yesterday's overeating. Like you immediately go to 50%. You can measure it over 2 days. The math works in your favor that you're not going to gain weight if you fast. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
And so good hedge there just for.
That's how I think about it too. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like the math that's how the math checks out. So you kind of do get away with it. You at least cancel out the weight portion, maybe the inflammation piece. There is nothing's canceling out. It's just, you are your last 30 days. I mean, you are like your entire life, but you are like, your last 30 days added up, or however you want to put it.
Yeah, Andy says you're your last 1,000 days, which is
there you go.
Even more true, but it's the same thing.
100%. Yeah, which should be very empowering one, because it's just like, all right, you just change it. You change it a day at a time and you can make forward progress. But yeah, if you look at it on the couple days back, there's also, you get autophagy so that like the inflammation you do have starts to reduce. And then also just a very intentional act that is very black and white. And it's like a decision's now been made where you're not, is what I'm eating healthy enough? Is like this, you don't have to ask those questions anymore. You're just like, no, I'm just not going to eat. And that's what correct is. Makes the decision easy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Kind of the same thing. Makes it clear to you. It's a clear promise. You don't live with any gray or ambiguity about what's next. And so, yeah, I think historically, I don't know, it was when I came back from Italy, I was like feeling I the last couple of days I was just like overdid it on like cheese, and
easy to do.
And, yeah, it is. It's very easy to do, and so fasted. It was like to get back. You after that fasted, and it's like okay, we're reset now, and it's hard to then just move back into bad. Like no one fasted. Like you don't fast and then you want to eat a candy bar. Right. You're like, okay, I fasted. Now I need to just like go work out.
No, you want to eat protein and whatever's healthy. But
yeah,
I agree. It's a great reset. So one thing I wanted to bring up too, I mean, we can keep this episode short today because I know we're, we know what we're doing and where we're going, and we're going to follow the plan, and we're striving towards being mindset moguls, being 100%, being amazing. One thing I do want to bring up, because we talked about this a few months ago, and I don't know if you've done it yet. I have not done it yet, but it's something that I do really still want to do, and I'm going to do it soon, is a day with no screens or no phone or whatever it is.
I don't know if I talked about it on the pod, but I failed when I did it. Okay. I didn't
Maybe
plan.
I remember that actually.
I had something that I thought I needed to address on that day. And I say thought because this is just a clear lack of prioritization. And in hindsight, the thing that I broke it on was just stupid. And it ended up not being important. And so I just didn't prioritize. I didn't make a decision. I didn't set myself up for success to not need it. I didn't build an environment where I was just away from screens. Like the right thing to do is like go get out of the house somewhere that there are no screens for most of the day. Yeah. And it'll be a lot easier than sitting around at home surrounded by screens, not engaging with them.
Totally.
So I'm fully with you because I ebb and flow out of phone addiction, and I just call it ticks with my phone where I just check it for no reason. I'm like, something's broken a little bit in your brain if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Just without intention. And so it's like a fast. Do a screen fast just like you do a food fast. It's probably going to be a good reset.
I have the muscle memory of just reaching for my phone even when I know I don't even need to check it. It's
all the time. And I'm like, now I'm getting better about being like, what are you doing? Stop it. That's horseshit. All it's doing is distracting me from the present moment, and it's like muscle memory to be distracted, which is just terrible muscle memory to have.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's plan a day. I don't know if we both.
It'd be great if we did the same day. Obviously, we can't talk during it, but we should just do it on the same day.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's figure out a day. And then, yeah, man, I mean, I think I just for you guys listening, we're going to start doing guest interviews again. We're going to get back into, all the different aspects that we have been up until now. But I don't know if you have anything else for today, but I'm just wanted to check in with you and, get accountable.
Let's as we get back into this, flexing this muscle for us and just always talking about it is, I think, part of our path. So
I agree.
yeah, but good for today.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, Google, please leave us a review. 5 stars would be amazing, and follow the show. And if you are watching on YouTube, leave a comment with your question if you want us to answer it. Give us a like and subscribe, or you can email that question into support@mindsetmogul.com, and we would love to talk. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you in the next episode. Take care.
Take care.